What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This is part 1 of season 4, episode 5. And the title of this episode is Our Lips Are Sealed. Let's start off with Avery and Ash. So it's the next morning and the cameramen are so childish because the first thing they show is those doggone black roses. So next you hear giggling from Avery. So I guess Ash finessed his tail right into the bed with Avery. The producer says to Avery, "What happened last night? Did you go straight to bed?" And Avery is stuttering and trying to obviously come up with a lie to give the producer, but just starts laughing. So we all know that they slept together. She then says that the plan was to sleep in separate rooms, but it was really hard to resist such a sexy man in front of her. Ash says that it was a good connection. He just kept saying we had a good connection. Avery gets more comfortable as time goes on, telling the cameras that Ash is better than anything she's ever had before in her life. Well, excuse me, she said in her entire life. So moving on, Avery questions Ash on their plans for the day, and he says that they're going to see his brother. Avery then says, "Do you think that he's going to like me?" Ash says, like, who doesn't like you? Not very reassuring, Ash. That was not reassuring to make her feel comfortable that his brother would accept her. So Avery and Ash in the next scene go to the kitchen to make breakfast, and Avery has lots of questions on Ash's brother's thoughts of her, since he suggested that they get this Airbnb because Ash and his brother live together along with his son, and the brother suggested that they get this Airbnb and not stay there. Ash tells her that his brother likes his own space and that his brother most likely has concerns based off the fact that they've broken up a few times, quite a bit, adding his brother wants to make sure that he's doing the right thing. Ash says that his relationship with his brother is extremely good, and he believes that his brother's concerns are coming from a protective standpoint, but he goes on to say that Avery is someone that he sees himself spending the rest of his life with. Now, while they're talking, Avery points out the fact that Ash's responses feel like he's coaching her, and this worries Avery because she doesn't know whether Ash is truly being genuine or just telling her what he thinks that she wants to hear because of what he does for a living. Avery says that it's extremely important that once she meets his brother, she is her authentic self and is hoping she makes a good impression on his brother. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that scene with Avery and Ash. Let's move on to Ed and Rose. So Ed and Rose started their day in Manila at the supermarket, but Ed says that it was kind of a disaster. He feels that in that moment of frustration that he snapped at Rose. I don't know. I didn't see him snap at her. Comment down below if you feel that Ed, at any point during that time with them in the marketplace, he snapped on her. Ed says that he doesn't want to get off on the wrong foot, so he decides to treat Rose to get her nails done and to pamper her. During their pedicures, Ed tells Rose his concerns, and one being that she has a lot of friends on Facebook. Then he proceeds to question her on if any of them are her ex-boyfriends. Rose shakes her head and says, "No, not." That was her response. "No, not." Her eyes read liar to me. It just read liar to me. I don't want to judge the girl, but I don't think that she's being truthful, because Rose always avoids talking about her ex-boyfriends. Now, this bothers Ed because he wants to leave the Philippines engaged to Rose. So Ed is questioning Rose. He realizes that her responses don't add up, nor do they make sense. But Ed tries to look at it as maybe it's just the language barrier, adding maybe she doesn't understand his questions. Rose tells Ed to trust her and says that she doesn't chat with any other men on Facebook, adding she's been faithful to him. Rose doesn't want to tell Ed anything about her past, and she makes that clear to him. Rose not being open about her past makes Ed believe that it's a possibility that she would come to the U.S. pretending to love him so that he could support her and her son Prince, then leave him. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Ed and Rose. Let's move on to baby girl Lisa and Usman. So Lisa and Usman stay in another hotel once they get to Kaduna because Lisa wants privacy from Usman's roommates. Usman has a premiere party for the song that he wrote for Lisa. So Usman tells Lisa she'll have to be patient because she'll see some ladies fangirl him basically. And Lisa tells him that she expects him to know how to handle it. Lisa doesn't know what to expect from his female fans, so it has her nervous. Now, later that day, Usman takes Lisa out and says that he has a surprise for her. Usman takes Lisa to the studio where he recorded the song, I'll Be There For You. Tell me, baby, baby, I will pray for you, girl. I'm in love with you. That song is just stuck in my head. I don't know. It's kind of like I hate to love it. I love to hate it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Comment down below if you find yourself sometimes singing this song. It's kind of catchy though. So moving on, Usman takes her to the studio where he recorded the song. And while showing her the studio, the video director pops up, and we all know Lisa has issues with this director because she's mad that he put a Nigerian woman in that music video. The director no longer wants to take credit for this video because he feels that he had to change it up so much due to Lisa's demands. Usman says that his situation with Lisa is difficult, but he wants her to be happy, adding he wishes Lisa could see what he's sacrificed for her. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that scene with Lisa, baby girl Lisa, and Usman. Let's move on to David. So David goes looking for engagement rings because the next day he'll be flying out to see Lana. The jeweler says, tell me about your girlfriend. And David describes her as blonde, small hands, and that's it. Wow, what a way to describe this woman you in love with and you want to propose to. You know nothing about her, but you've been talking to her for how many years did this dude say? Did he say 7 years? Comment down below. So this dude goes on to say that he's looking for something less than a diamond. He tells the jeweler he's looking for a cubic zirconia. Woo! David finds a ring and decides to propose. Now, ladies, if a man proposed to you with a cubic zirconia type ring, would you be offended? Does it matter to you? Comment down below. I need to hear your thoughts. Now, if anyone has ever been proposed with that, I'm not making fun. He's reminding me a lot of Caesar. I think that's what's really funny to me is he's reminding me so much of Caesar because Caesar pulled the same thing. He needed a $200 ring, went in and bought that ring for old girl, I forgot her name. But yeah, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. Would you guys be offended if a man bought you a ring that was cubic zirconia? The ring really doesn't matter. I feel like the vows are what's most important, upholding those vows and making that commitment to one another. But at the same token, I feel like I'd rather, if you can't afford a ring, like a nice little diamond stud, just wait. Save your money up. You can still propose to a person without a ring. I feel like you can. But comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. So it's the next day and David finalizes all his packing for his trip that day. He mentions he'll be bringing oil. Now he goes on to say that he's not expecting any intimacy on this trip, but if it happens, he'd love that. David's friend comes to pick him up to drop him off at the airport. And on the way to the airport, his friend brings up all of the red flags and tells David to follow his heart with caution. David isn't trying to hear none of that. He ain't trying to hear nothing that man got to say. He is getting on this flight. He believes despite all the failed attempts that this time feels right. Let's move on to Stephanie. So Stephanie feels this risk may be worth it. 24 hours earlier, they introduce us to Ericka, who's 24 from Australia. She's a photographer and loves what she does. And Ericka meets up with her friends to hang out and tells them that she's freaking out about Stephanie's arrival. Ericka's friends say that Stephanie coming there after only knowing Ericka for about 4 months is concerning. Ericka still lives at home with her parents and they only know bits and pieces about Stephanie. So during Stephanie's stay, they will be staying at a hotel. Let's move on to Yolanda. So Yolanda is still hoping to go to England to meet Williams face to face. After all of this, she still wants to meet him. This is why I don't believe this storyline. She goes on to say that they've been talking for 7 months and she's so in love with him. Yolanda is concerned because Williams' IG account vanished. She then says that she reached out to him for answers and he responded. This whole story seems to be suspect to me. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I'm starting not to believe her either. Yolanda says that Williams, when he finally responded, he's like, he doesn't know what happened to his Instagram. And without real explanation or answers, Yolanda, she takes Williams' word. Now, my thing is, if someone really loves you, why would they ghost you? Yolanda says that she's still moving forward with her plans to go see him. Now, later that day, Yolanda meets up with her best friend, Kim. And Yolanda really must be lonely because just some measly heart emojis get her excited. Just those measly little heart emojis make her feel this is love. She feels that this is something real based off of that. There's nothing else that this man is doing for you or offering you. Kim says that Yolanda has been through a lot and she wants her to be happy, but she's still skeptical about Williams because she's never met him. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Yolanda. So let's move on to Geoffrey and Varia. Geoffrey is still complaining, saying that he was uncomfortable and didn't sleep well, telling her that she needed blinds, just being very rude, being a very rude house guest, really. He still feels that he's being used for a ticket to America because she stopped renovations on her place. So in the next scene, they get out to enjoy the day and Geoffrey is closed off by his body gesture and he tells her that he's still in his feelings. He questions her on if she truly likes him. Varya tells him that she wants him to trust her because without that feeling, they can't build anything good. Geoffrey flips his attitude and says time will tell, and maybe he's just jaded from his past. Oh, please, Geoffrey, please. So I really need to hear all of your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This was part 1 of season 4, episode 5. The title of this episode is Our Lips Are Sealed. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below. Let's get this conversation rolling. Share it with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I will catch you all in part 2 of season 4, episode 5. Peace.